activate because it was wigging out right there. But Happy New Year, Feliz Año Nuevo to everyone who watches this at some point in time. We are live streaming because, according to at least what I was able to see in my YouTube poll, there were a lot of people, more than expected, who actually wanted me to do a New Year's live stream. So I know it's super unexpected and it's super not exactly New Year's everywhere around the world. It's not even New Year's here yet, but I wanted to get an early start so that way give anyone who wanted to join the chance to join the live stream. So Happy New Year, buenas. Hello, Deborah. How's it going? Muy buenas. Hope you're having a lovely time and a Happy New Year if it's New Year's already over there. Over here, like I said just a little while ago, not New Year's yet. Let me know how the audio is coming through because I didn't get a chance to check it. It's not New Year's yet, but I decided to do the New Year's live stream. I made a poll, and I saw that there's 65% of votes that said, yes, do a New Year's live stream. I don't mind if there were people who said no. I wouldn't even mind it if everyone said no. It's okay. I realize everyone's probably got their own New Year's celebration, but I find it nice to spend time with the community. So hello to everyone. Tenbai, hello. Happy New Year's. Feliz Año Nuevo. I should probably also activate the stream over here so that way I can have access to the chat, because doing it on trying to chat over there, very tough. So, Feliz Año Nuevo. I know it's early. I don't 100% expect to be here until New Year's. I will be here maybe about an hour, a little bit more, which in some cases for some people will be New Year's. But I did want to celebrate with everyone, do a little bit of a recap on some of the things that were done this year. I'm actually going to look back at the content and see which videos came out this year. I know there weren't a lot, and I do want to say, I do want to kind of apologize. I know it's not something necessarily one would have to apologize for, like as content creators, as influencers, whatever you want to call us. There's not always a specific set schedule. I did always say that I wanted to have at least a video every 2 weeks, if anything, at least a video a month. But it's just been really tough. From what I'm seeing, the first video for the year was the You Can't Leave Ecuador Without These video, which came out in January 17th. And since then, let's see, looking at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 13 to 14 videos. If you count live streams, there's a little bit more, maybe about 20 plus. Definitely more than one a month, but not exactly one every 2 weeks like I wanted to. So I do want to apologize for that. I like to have as many videos out as possible to give more people more information and, you know, let everyone know what's going on over here. But I will say I have been in kind of a rut these last few months, a little bit of a burnout when it comes to making videos. I've wanted to make more. I've had the thought, the ideas, but it's always come down to the time taken to make them, the dedication to the editing, making sure they make sense. Even with the last live stream that I did, which was the encebollado competition, I really wanted to make that live stream a normal video. But I knew if I made it a video, it might not even have been out now. It might have been out sometime in January because I just get too absorbed in the editing process. So just a little thing that I wanted to mention, like quick apology for that, for not making as much content, as much videos. But even with the encebollado live stream, I am turning it into short clips, shorts, to post in different, maybe on YouTube, maybe on different mediums. I actually did that with the burger video. I just didn't post it as a short, if I remember correctly. I posted it. Yeah, I didn't. I posted it as Instagram Reel and a TikTok, because I wasn't sure how it would do on YouTube. YouTube can be very picky, and since most of my content is in English, if I start posting too many things in Spanish, I don't know what's going to happen. But I am glad. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention, something that I did stick to this year, was making the posts for the Spanish practice for everyone who wanted to practice Spanish. We did a lot of different posts. Complete the dialogue, antonyms, synonyms, which sentence is correct, which I really liked as well. A lot of activities that I do very similarly in English classes when I give classes in English, because I am an English teacher. Doing it here in Spanish as short trivias that you can answer almost every day. I think that has been a very good, very crucial part of the channel, because I've seen that there's been a lot of engagement with those activities. And I'm glad, because it helps everyone practice. The scenarios that are given sometimes are useful for real life. So yeah, I'm just glad that everything helps and works. Miss BC. Hello, buenas, from Puerto Viejo. Over in Cuenca, over here in Puerto Viejo. I hope you're having an excellent New Year's Eve. Of course, for some, like I said at the beginning, I think for some countries, New Year's is going to start in about an hour. Like literally, it's going to be the New Year. For us, it's still 2 hours away. I expect to be here at least an hour or so. If you want to join me, of course, just talk about some things. I even brought some mangoes. Oh my God, this one's heavy. So there's these. Like, look at the size of these mangoes. Like mega mangoes. And this is one that's already peeled, so I can consume it. So I can eat it. So it's, yeah, just I wanted to show you what you're missing out, or what you will find when you come to Ecuador. Great mangoes. Do you want to guess how much these mangoes cost? In total, there's 4. Here, there's only 3, obviously, because, yeah, well, it is what it is. But how much they cost if you go out to buy them? Like, how much would they cost if you were in the States? Ryan, feliz año. Happy New Year's. Early Happy New Year's. 10 by, those mangoes look amazing. Do they also sell the very small green ones that are sour? It makes you feel like your teeth will fall out. Indeed. But they typically sell in different types, different seasons. You can find them even when there's the sweet ones out, because these are the sweeter mangoes. But they're a little bit harder to find. Right now, apparently, these were more in season, so they were the ones that we were able to find. How much do you think 4 of these cost? Because these are big. Like, look at this one. This one, like, can grip it with my hand, and this one, of course, is even bigger. I can grip it with my hand, but it's like chunkier. I'm not gonna grip this one because it's already peeled, so it just make my hand sticky. Although I did bring a napkin, just in case. So yeah, Tenbai, you can find those mangoes. You can definitely find them, just you have to look for them a little bit more, depending on the season. Happy New Year. Deborah says $2. Accurate. If you buy these 4, like, and you don't know the merchant, they will sell them to you for 50 cents each over here. But my dad, because he typically buys from this merchant different types of fruits and vegetables, he sold them, the 4 of them, for $1. So this is what part of the interaction that I always tell people, you know, talk to Ecuadorians, get along with Ecuadorians, you know, have this kind of dialogue, because even with merchants, like, if you talk to them more, you buy a lot from the same person, you treat them well, you do typically get a, I guess you could say, reciprocal well treatment, where sometimes they'll sell you things for a little bit cheaper. You can negotiate, you know, when it comes to El Mercado, there is some negotiating. So, you know, getting along with the people has its benefits. And I'm not saying you should just do it for the benefits, although technically, of course, the interaction, the conversation, getting to know the culture, seeing what life is like over here from the perspective of the people, that's its own reward. But if you want to get to know them better and like sometimes have this kind of wow lucky the yapa as we call them. Yapa is when they give you extra at the market. I put that in my Mercado shopping video if you didn't watch that. But the yapa is when you buy something and sometimes hey, give me the yapa, like and they'll be like, okay, we'll give you like one extra fruit or something. It won't always happen. There's some people who don't have the means to be able to give you a yapa, but if it does, like, hey, you can't complain about it. Tenbai, I have no idea because even in Asia they started going up in price before I left. Awesomeness me. Wow, $441, amazing. It is. I was actually kind of surprised too because when my dad said initially 50 cents, I'm like, okay, that makes sense because they're pretty big. But then he told me he got that special deal for $1, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Tenbai, way less expensive than Asia, it would seem so. Here in New York, they are $3 each. Each. Ooh, no. The situation with inflation in the States seems kind of nuts. And it's kind of sad that from what I've understood, the president is currently kind of acting like there's no economic situation. Everything is fine with the economy. Maybe for some people, I'd say it could be fine. I guess if you have the economic means to live, you're fine. But I know for a lot of people, it's very difficult. It's very difficult right now in countries like the States. I also know Canada is not also in the best position. I think things are very expensive over there too, from what I've heard and read from your comments. Believe me, sometimes I do get a chance to read them. I just don't get a chance to reply. Sometimes I reply to them in my mind, and I'm like, okay, I replied to that comment. And then when I check again, oh, I didn't reply to that comment. Oops. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, I don't even bother buying them here because they have no flavor compared to fresh. Oh, these are super sweet. I love these. And for the green ones that you were asking about earlier, those people typically like to eat them with salt and lemon. I know the Swiss girls who were on the channel a few years ago didn't really like those, but for most people here, they're really good. And I kind of find it fun. Like, that was a thing that I saw. I was going to try to do something Ecuadorian tradition related here. I just didn't have the means to do so. We didn't buy a monigote, which apparently is called effigies. We didn't buy one of those año viejos, by the way, just in case. We call them monigote or año viejo, and those are effigies. We didn't buy one this year because, like my dad was saying, who wants to spend money on something you're gonna burn? I know it's tradition, just you don't always have to do tradition. I saw some crazy expensive ones on the news earlier in the morning. I saw one that was selling for like 60. There was a Donald Trump one that was selling for 80. I think another one that was selling for a Noboa one and a Korea one. They were selling for like 60, 70, $80. And I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna spend that much money on something that I'm gonna burn. Like, if it were to have as a decoration, they did look really nice, like very well elaborated. But to burn, no, I don't have $70, $80 to burn right now. I didn't even have one. I didn't have $5 or $10 to burn something right now, which is fine. We don't have to burn something this year. I'm kind of sad that we didn't do our typical tradition because here with my family, when it's New Year's and we're doing the countdown, you try to eat as many grapes as you can before the clock strikes 12. We didn't do that this year. Also, if you wear a certain color of underwear, you can go under the table for different types of luck. There's economic luck, there's love luck. There's a video about that on my channel if you want to check that out. But that video made that a long time ago. Didn't feel the need to make it again. Maybe next year, who knows? Make an update to that. Let's see here. I will take 2 of the Trump effigies, please. I'm kind of wondering because I've seen that if you speak badly about the president or if you do anything against the president or that makes you look like you're against him, I don't know, you get punished for it. I wonder if he saw people burning Trump effigies over here in Ecuador, like if he would look at Ecuador like, oh, Ecuador doesn't like me. But the funny thing is, in some cases, when you burn effigies over here, it's like you're wishing good luck on that thing. For example, just an example that's not Trump. Suppose Sonic, because Sonic is a popular effigy, I think, this year, because Sonic is the movie had come out, I think, sometime beginning of this year or end of last year, and because people really liked it, people, of course, they made the effigies for it and they sold them. So by burning it, you have the desire that they'll make another movie, that they'll make more figures, that Sonic will be successful. Of course, you kind of do burn them as well yourself for luck for yourself, but you do also tie a specific desire to the effigy you burn. Some people just buy the cheapest one they can find, as long as it fits something that they like or something that they know about. Typical popular ones you can say are Goku from Dragon Ball. Another popular one could be something like a cartoon character that's very popular over here. Like I said, Goku is one anime character. Maybe something from The Simpsons might be popular over here. I would love to see a Kirby effigy, Monigote or Año Viejo, because that's very cute. I would hate to burn him. Spider-Man, very popular as well. Wolverine, Deadpool, characters like that. So it's just people just buy them to have something that they can represent. The big ones I find really crazy because there's some that even their eyes light up or they have like effects. I have no idea how much those cost because imagine the Trump, the Noboa ones, $60, $70, $80. Even if you negotiate, I'm guessing you could get them down to 60. But imagine if they come with like lights. It must be very expensive. But yeah, a little bit of Monigote, Año Viejo, effigy lore. He has cost me almost as much money as most people earn in a lifetime in a short period of time he's been in office. Have you seen Average Family Abroad's channel yet? I think you would like them. They are located in Loja with a small coffee farm. Average Family Abroad. I don't think I've seen their channel, but thank you for putting them on my radar. In fact, Average Family Abroad, I have them now in my sights. I will see if when I get a chance to check out their videos. Okay. I'm not going to subscribe yet because I know how YouTube is. If you just subscribe without watching the videos, they might get punished for that. So I'll wait to watch their videos. In fact, I should probably write down a note. Average Family Abroad YouTube channel so I can check them out later. Because I know when I see my notes, like I look at them, I pay attention to them. I'm like, why did I write that? Oh, I have to check that out. So yeah, for everyone who's joining, Feliz Año Nuevo, Happy New Year. I know it's early, I know it's not New Year's yet, but I don't know how long I'm gonna be here for. We're here just sharing a little bit of recollections of this year. In fact, there's some things I can talk about recently, both good and bad. Good, technically, I guess we'll talk about a little bit of a setup that I've been trying to have. Like, you can't see it here, but there's this keyboard and a mouse. I have a new computer setup. I was trying to make it work so that I could live stream with this computer because I was seeing that it's a lot faster and you can actually like maybe watch the videos while we're live, but I couldn't get it to work. I think there's still some things that I need to set up in order for that to work. But the good thing is it's going to help me with my workflow in general, make it a little bit easier, I hope, to make things work. But yeah, I'm hoping that will help me out a bit. That was actually a gift that I was given not too long ago. So now I have a different workflow that I'll try to implement to my best abilities. I mean, I'm going to do it. I just need to see the way I can do it. So I'm really appreciative of that. Thankful, a New Year's thankfulness. And another thing that was good, I guess, would be, I guess you could say, ending the new year healthy. I have a good routine. I've been able to maintain my house routine, my at-home routine, as I call it on Instagram, most of the days. It's become this basically, just to give you a summary. Mondays are back and triceps. I do pull-ups and I do certain tricep exercises. Tuesdays are push-ups and abs. Wednesday is a rest day. Thursday is a repetition of Monday. Friday is a repetition of Tuesday, but with less of an emphasis on abs, more of an emphasis on chest, basically a bunch of push-ups. And Saturdays have become my running day where I play basketball, so I have the basketball Saturdays. I guess that would lead me into something that's good in one way, not good in another way. Good because, of course, basketball, that's great. We even had a little bit of a basketball celebration. We had this like little meeting at the basketball court after playing a few games. We celebrated. The people who organized the games, they brought cake. They did a little bit like a raffle. Who was the Santa Claus? Who was the, I guess you could say, queen of basketball, or the Santa. How was it that you call the Mrs. Claus? I was gonna say, how do you say for the 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 woman version, Mrs. Claus? They also voted for who was the best friend of the court, which obviously was the person who always like supports the games. She's the one who collects because we have to pay $1 every time we play. So she's super friendly. She always organizes the teams so that it's not one side's unbalanced or something like that. So it was really nice. But another thing that happened, that's the bad part, was that recently, this month actually, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, there was a fire that happened over here in Puerto Viejo. Not in all of Puerto Viejo, of course. It's nothing compared to what I hear happened in the States sometime earlier in the year. But it was in a house, unfortunately, because their lights, their Christmas lights caught on fire or something, and they were all sleeping. So the fire engulfed their house. No one got to wake up on time. Out of the family, which were like 5 people, from what I understand, their mom passed away. And one of the guys who was there, he would always play basketball with us. Not always, but he would be there constantly. And he's in critical condition. So is his dad, so is his brothers, his family. So recently there have been donations of blood. I still can't donate, I think, because I recently donated in these last 6 months. I can't remember if it was every 6 months or a year. Either way, as soon as I can, I'm going to donate because donating is for a good cause. But they also did a GoFundMe, I think, because they lost everything. I mean, the house burned down. Honestly, I don't think it's anyone's fault, but they are trying to like talk about how the fire department didn't do its job. I honestly don't know how fast the fire department can respond to a fire like that in the middle of the night. But yeah, it's really sad, really unfortunate thing that happened recently. Hate to put that on you in New Year's, just something that I wanted to mention that wasn't good. I just wish that their family as well. If you live in Ecuador, or anywhere you live actually, please donate blood if you have the means to, because there are people who need it. There are people who really need it. Something else really sad happened with a family member, the wife of a friend. She passed away from leukemia recently. She was really fighting through it. People were donating blood. They were donating money as well, but unfortunately, she didn't hold out. It was really sad. Another reminder for people: as soon as you see some kind of medical emergency, you get, because this happened to her. She literally started getting like a fever, headaches. She started feeling bad. She was put in a hospital. They found out she had leukemia. She's a doctor. Her husband is a doctor. So they both knew the severity of the situation. They tried to do what they could to the best of their abilities, but she just didn't push through. So yeah, basically, thoughts and prayers to them. Please remember, if you have the means, not economically, like doesn't even have to be money, but if you can donate blood, please do so, because there are people who at any point in time need it, whether you know them or not. definitely something that will help. So yeah, those are the two, I guess you could say, saddest events that happened recently and really close to my area. Well, the third saddest one, I don't want to sound cold about this, but we had a family member who passed away recently. But he's an uncle who I don't think I've ever seen, or maybe I've seen him once or twice. Um, so it is sad. Like I'm not like, oh, happy that he passed away. It's just I didn't feel it as much only because I didn't really know him that well. But it is unfortunate. I do feel sad for my family that did know him more, his uncle, his brothers, and everything who knew him well. I just I do feel somewhat sadder with the people that I heard about the fire and the leukemia of my friend's wife, because there just happened to be cases that of people who I knew a little bit more and who I interacted with more on a more personal level. I don't know if that makes me a cold person. I do, like I said, I do feel sad. I just don't know how to feel in the sense of like, I'm not like super down. I am down because it's still family, and a lot of this has been happening really close to this season. This is the happy season, the Christmas season, the New Year season. We're starting a new year. People get presents. People share with their families, and it's just all of this is going on, and it just shows. It at least opens my perspective again that sometimes we have a hard situation. Like, I still can't fix that air. Like, I can't even fix it anymore because we tried to fix it, and the people who fixed it said you have to get a new one because that air, every time you fix it, it's gonna break down in 2 months. And just as they said, I can turn it on, but it's not in good condition, and it doesn't even pull out air as much as you need to. So I have to buy new air. But that's like nothing compared to people who are losing their family members, who are spending this Christmas season just probably not in the best condition. That's not to say my problems, like, the world's smallest violin, you don't minimize your own problems. Just remember that even if things are bad for you, things are also bad for other people around the world. So yeah, sentidos pésame, which is what people typically say, like sorry for your loss, similar to that, to everyone who went through something, especially those cases that I said are really close by to me. I can only hope that next year is better. So yeah, let's see. Tembai, they moved from the Pacific Northwest with their entire family, and the children went straight from English speaking right into a local school. They love it, and it's amazing. Arms are looking big. Honestly, I feel like not that much, but thank you. I do try to stay cut because I don't eat that much. For example, before today, I did a 3-day fast, technically 3 days. I didn't eat yesterday, and I didn't eat before yesterday. And for anyone who's concerned, no, I'm not crazy. No, it's not because I didn't have the money to. Although economically, you do save a lot of money when you don't eat. But no, it's not because of that. It's just health reasons. When you fast, your body goes through certain things that help it recover. So you don't have to do 3 days. If you do a 16-8 fast, that's perfect. 24, also great. I do 1 meal a day typically. It's been good to me. I highly recommend it, but not going straight into it. Go through a process like I've been going through these last few years. I recommend it. Honestly, I can't say anything negative about it. The only negative thing I can say is at the beginning it's tough because you become so accustomed to eating that when you deprive yourself of food, your body reacts like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? But realistically, it's actually healthier to go moments without eating than to just eat constantly every day. I know that might vary for some people because maybe they have a condition where they have to eat more. That's why, of course, don't just listen to me. Consult your doctor. This is not medical advice. I should say that. But this is just, you can see me. Like, I've been able to take care of myself. It's been good to me. But I didn't just go into it. I went through a process. I started off with 12 hours, then I went up to 13, 14, 15, 16. I stuck with 16. I went to 18. I went to 20. Eventually, I went to OMAD because I wanted to see what that was like. I did a day without eating, and it was great. It hurt at first, but it was great afterwards. I can do up to 3 days now if I really prepare for it, like I did recently. And it's not like you can't eat the things that you like once you finish fasting. Like, you can eat whatever you want, but preferably, if you're doing fasting, if you're worried about your health, have some restraint. Like, don't eat like a madman. But yeah, too much fasting stuff. Tenbai, prayers for that father and family. Of course, Moon. How's it going, Moon? Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year's to everyone. To you. Deborah, so sad, sending prayers. And hello, Moon River. Hi, Moon River. Yeah, honestly, those happenings are very sad. But like I said, let's not focus on the bad. Understand that it exists, but move forward to something good. I'm hoping that this new year, once again, the purpose, trying to grow the community. Hopefully, more people join the channel. I am grateful for everyone who's subscribed, everyone who watches the videos, everyone who supports, channel members. I forget to give the special shout out to you. Thank you so much for the extra support, for the donations that you give. You have no idea how much it helps. It's an extra motivation to do what I do and dedicate more time to making videos. Like, I have enough motivation in the fact that I do like making content, I do like making videos, but seeing that there are people who want to support me on the next level so I can like make this like a job, it's really nice because it makes me feel like I can do this without having to worry about sacrificing my livelihood. And speaking of my livelihood, I have been taking a whole bunch of more jobs, and that's another reason why I kind of have felt kind of unmotivated to make videos, because I had to focus on work. I think most of my channel members know, but for everyone who doesn't, I do also do extra work, such as secretary work, kind of. I grade assignments, I give classes, I work at the academy. Sometimes I'll give private classes, that's kind of random. Recently, I'm gonna give some more classes during the month of January until February. I'm gonna be working a little bit more with EquiAssist, with certain things that they're asking for me, maybe translations. I did a translation not too long ago. I don't recommend ever doing a seminar translation in the process of 2 days. Terrible story time here, but someone asked me to do a translation of a seminar, like an hour-long seminar. Listen to the seminar and translate it. And it's not just translating the seminar, like, because you might say, oh, but that's not tough. All you got to do is listen and translate what you're hearing. But the seminar is a medical seminar. So I had to first transcribe it, so that way I knew the terminology that was there. Then from the transcription, I had to make a translation. And from that translation, from the transcription to translation, the process of all of that took me, let's say I started about Friday at night. I finished, I didn't do everything Friday at night. First I did the transcription. On Saturday I did the translation. But believe me, I was from Saturday like almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon, or like maybe after I came back from basketball, it might have been. But then I stayed up all night until Sunday morning, and I was finally able to finish the translation. And it wasn't just the translation, because after the translation, they wanted me to also speak everything I had translated. Basically, the same text in Spanish, speak it in Spanish. So that way the person didn't have to read what I translated, they just had to listen to it. And that was just terrible. That was very, 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 very terrible, especially for the price. I had to look up online how much people charge for that. And because it was a friend, I was like, okay, maybe I can make this work for cheaper. It's not that hard. It can't be that hard. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. Never accept a translation job for cheap, because you're just going to feel mad at yourself for it. I know there are people who have the tools to do it, and maybe that's why they can charge cheaper. Or maybe because they can do it faster, they charge more. I don't know what each person charges what influences their charging rate. But from what I saw, it was definitely not worth the amount that I charged for it. It was definitely worth a lot more. Once again, medical translations, don't do them. Oh boy, that was terrible. But yeah, I don't mind getting more work this year. Just I have to price it correctly because if not, ooh, I've realized it's not worth it. So yeah, please, I'd like to know from everyone, of course, what you think about the posts, the quizzes that we do here. Is there anything you'd like to see in terms of quizzes? I've been doing a mix of Spanish learning posts and a little bit of Ecuador trivia from time to time. I had a strong focus on Puerto Viejo this last month and a half, maybe almost 2 months. No, I think it was since October, so maybe like 3 months. Well, it is technically like a question a week about Ecuador, or was it two? Can't remember. But I have that. There's, of course, the different types of trivia questions. Is there anything else you'd like to see that you think is possible that I can do? Let me know in the chat. Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year to everyone who's joining, of course. Thank you for being here. Once again, I appreciate you taking the time. We'll probably be here for about maybe another 30 minutes, depending on what we do. I had been thinking of so many things to do. I actually wanted to take everyone out on a tour of the effigies, like to show you the effigies they make, because they make some crazy effigies over here. There's this one that's on the route that I have to get home. Really nice, really, really nice. They always do it in that same corner, and I think that's really cool. And I wanted to go out and show it, but on my motorcycle, not possible, not worth it, because it's tough to record, and also like the camera's moving, and I'm by myself, which is not recommended. And I wanted to go with my brother in his car, but he was like, the streets are full, it's kind of difficult right now, people are driving like maniacs. I did experience that earlier. There's this street close to where I live. It was just, you couldn't get through it, so we had to go through a different path. He had to like U-turn back and just go somewhere else. Because if not, the place we were gonna get to, if we would have gone through there, it might have taken us 30 minutes. We went through the other street, it took us 5. So it's like, not worth it. But yeah, it was something that I wanted to do. I was thinking of maybe we could do the trivia together, like setting up the trivia. But I was like, nah, I needed to dedicate time to that, and I don't want to feel like I'm reading here, I'm reading over here, like we're like in this kind of mixed match of things that we were doing. So I thought it would just be fun to talk about some of the things that happened this year, some of the things that I wish for next year, make more videos. I do want to finish my Puerto Viejo series of videos by making hopefully 2 more videos, or 3. One is the ceviche competition, spoiler. The second one might be the bolon competition. That one's still up in the air. I want to do it just because bolon, like I said in my Puerto Viejo video, bolon, encebollado, ceviche. Those are the 3 foods that always going to be good over here. But maybe to not get stuck on Puerto Viejo, because if I get stuck on that, I'm just going to have my mind's just going to be focused on that and not advance to something else. I was thinking to end it off with interviewing the queen of Puerto Viejo, La Reina. I don't know if I'll be able to. I've talked to her mom because I know her. And I do know the queen as well, but I need to see if she wants to, do an interview, because it would have to be in Spanish, because I don't think she knows English, not to the level to be able to talk. And that video would, of course, also require translation. So basically, the Spanish that she speaks, and I'd put the text in English. Basically, what I've been doing with like I did with the burger video. When you watch, if I post the shorts onto my channel of the encebollado competition, there's also going to be text on the very bottom that's in English. So there's that. But yeah, that's an idea that I had. If I don't do the interview to the queen, I'm thinking of doing a hotel tour of Puerto Viejo, showing the different types of hotels and maybe talking to the 3 best ranked Airbnbs to let me show what they have to offer, so that if you want to visit Puerto Viejo, you know the options and how much they cost. And I can give you a little bit of my perspective because I'll try to see if they let me stay the night. I kind of don't like doing that because even with the competitions, like asking for freebies feels wrong. But technically, I guess the how do you call it? The equilibrium, the balance is that it's not like I'm getting something for free. I'm basically promoting what they're doing, what they have. So it's not free. I'm not sure. It's always conflictive when it comes to these things. That's why I don't like to ask anyone for anything because it just feels in some way wrong. That's why I appreciate if you donate. Like, love you. Thank you for that. You help a lot. If you're a member, I appreciate that. Like, you have no idea. That's why I like to update you with everything that happens. Members, just in case if you didn't know, there's a members post every month. I give an update of everything that happened throughout the month. I post some pictures that I don't post anywhere else. I post some information about the things that happened in that month so that you know what's going on. If there's something relevant, super relevant to what's happening in the country that maybe I haven't had a chance to talk about, I'll talk about it there. Recently, I've been trying to avoid speaking too much about the bad things because I don't want anyone to like feel unmotivated about what's happening in Ecuador because it's not that terrible. I even got a comment earlier today. In fact, let me go into my YouTube studio. Someone made a mention. Let me see if it's here. I've been contemplating. Okay, yeah, there it is. Can I see the full comment? May I have to go into content? Comments. No, I'll have to check over here. So someone made a mention. There it is. I've been contemplating looking into Ecuador, and your video, because they were talking about my ultimate guide to Ecuador safety. I've been contemplating looking into Ecuador, and your video started to concern me until I saw this interesting factoid per the Global Peace Index. The United States is ranked number 128, 2.443, and Ecuador is ranked right under it at 129, 2.459. So the difference is not that much. It sounds like a fair, this person said, it sounds like a fair trade-off to me, besides if I can survive in this hellhole. Their words, not mine. I'm prepared. So, yeah, I mean, your situation in your country, and this is just an example of the states. Everyone, of course, lives in different countries, and you might not have the same safety concerns where you're from. But you know what's happening in your country. And over here, we try to give you a good idea of what's happening as close to what we can as possible. Because sometimes it's just not possible to give all the information. I can't scour every corner. That's why I know that one guy on my channel who's gonna say, oh, but over here, it's super safe. Like, yeah, maybe you live in a part of the country where it's like there's nothing happening over there, like somewhere in the countryside or something, and that's fine. But like, I can't get there, so I don't know what the situation is like over there. So from your perspective, yeah, there's going to be some places that aren't safe. Yeah. Can you avoid danger? Of course. We talk about it all the time. Even my safety tips video, my ultimate guide to Ecuador safety, it's just general guidelines for you to remember these things are what you should look out for. But it doesn't guarantee that it's going to happen. So, you know. Just some things to keep in mind. But yeah, anyways. I want to finish my Puerto Viejo series of videos so then I can continue making more Ecuador content. Because every year I make a cost of living video. I have to make this year's cost of living video sometime in January or February. Last year was the cheapest, well, this year was the cheapest shopping experience in Ecuador, which was, of course, shopping in the mercado. But I also want to do the cheapest supermarket in Ecuador. For anyone who doesn't know, that is Tutti, and I want to see if I talk about that. I tried to ask for permission if I could record in Tutti. I even wanted, earlier this week, during this week, the idea of making a live stream at Tutti, was just so appealing. Like I was like, we can do a live stream, and depending on what you guys tell me to buy, I buy those things, and then we see how much it costs in total to buy those things, because Tutti is theoretically the cheapest place. If we can't do it like that, then honestly, I'll just do it based on the things that I'm gonna look up some general items that you buy in Tutti. Maybe send out a questionnaire on the channel or something through forms, so that way you can tell me what are the things that I should buy for this video. I'm not sure where to send that, because it's kind of tough getting these results the way that I want it to, because sometimes I'll send out a poll and I'll only get like 20 replies, and like 20 replies doesn't really constitute what I need. Like I need more info, so that way I know what the general consensus is. Or I can just work with what I get, like over here. Honestly, the things that I think are basic, just necessities. And then I know I'm gonna get the comment that says, but you didn't buy this. I'll have to live with it. Honestly, at this point, there's just no way to make everyone happy, and I've really come to accept that, especially as a content creator, because we can only do so much based on the information we have and what we know and what the content we make. So if you enjoy it, like, thank you. Leave a like. If you want to support the channel, become a member. I appreciate any and all members and donations that you give to the channel. It's much appreciated. So yeah, going into here, Ryan, my answers are just based on how good I can reason or guess. I don't Google to figure out answers to the trivia or translate. Very good, Ryan. When it comes to these posts, remember, there's no punishment for getting a question wrong. If anything, using something to help you respond, like, it's got its benefits and its downside, but trying to resolve it yourself, it shows effort. Like, it's like when you sit down and purposely read a book instead of like watching a show or doing something else, because you have to sit down and want to do that. So if you sit down and like, okay, what could be the answer to this question based on what I know? Like, it shows that you're thinking. But if you do use translators, or if you do use something to help you out, in a way it also helps, because through the process of investigating, it's supposed to help you learn. I just think it's a little bit less. Like, if you were to grab a dictionary and tell me you're translating it through the dictionary, that would be the ultimate form of me saying you're putting in the work. If you're not just, trying to resolve it without a dictionary or a translator. But if you're just translating, it's a little bit less work you put in, so it's a little bit less of an experience that you form in your mind. But, I'm not going to force anyone to do anything. As long as you reply to the questions and you get value from the answer, because right or wrong, it gives you the answer, and then you see why the answer was that. You see the translation also, so you're like, okay, so when I want to say that, I have to use this. Perfect. It's more than enough. It helps you out. Tenba, you need to chase down that girl that was on the channel before with the food tasting. You two are cute together. That was on the channel before with the food tasting. If it's the burger video, Alejandra, the picky one, no, she's the girlfriend of Yayo, the guy who was also in the burger tasting video. So I'm not gonna be cruceta. By the way, anyone who doesn't know cruceta, here, when someone calls you cruceta, it's like when you're a person who tries to steal someone's couple. I'm not sure what the exact translation to that would be, but yeah, to crucetear, or to be cruceta, is to try to take someone's girl, especially if they're your friend, like the person whose girl you're trying to take. So no, don't do that. I'm not gonna do that. She's cute, yeah, but she's my friend. By the way, her and my friend Yayo, recently they got engaged. Well, my friend Yayo finally gave her the ring. For anyone who follows me on Instagram, by the way, just to show you on here, who follows me on Instagram, there's this video that I made. It's the first video on the Reels over here. And the video is basically, when is the ring coming? And he finally gave her the ring this year. So I'm super happy for them. They are now solid. Like she's been asking for that ring, like for forever, like sending indirect signals, but it finally came out. So I'm happy for them. I'm really happy for them. There's another friend who's a friend of the channel who shows up on the channel. They're getting married next year because they had some inconveniences this year and just it couldn't happen. I'm happy for them too, even though I haven't seen them in a while. But yeah, a lot of happy moments happening over here. Wiggy, feliz año. I love the quizzes, even though I don't always get the answer correct. It makes me think. That's the purpose. If it gives you a moment to like think and process, and then the answer gives you like more knowledge, even if you're right or wrong, you win regardless, because you're always getting the answer. So you're always getting the knowledge. You're always improving in some way, shape, or form. That's why I tell my students in the process of learning English, like, don't worry about making mistakes, especially in the academy. We're all here to learn, every one of their classmates. In schools, it's more complicated because people make fun of you sometimes. Unnecessary, not cool. But in the academy, everyone's there to learn. So everyone gets along, everyone learns in the process, and they get better. You don't have to worry too much about if one person wants to laugh, because in the academy, honestly, the person who's not trying is the person who should be, I don't want to say ashamed of themselves, but they should feel sad that they're spending money to learn English just to be there and not learn, or make other people feel bad. It just feels like such a shame. Like, I don't know. I guess when it, like with the kids, it's understandable. They're kids and they don't understand that. Although a lot of them always say, "Man, I wish I had more money," or "Man, I want to buy this and that." So they understand, the value of money. They just don't see that them going to those classes, even if they're forced to by their parents, is an expense. And that expense, if you're not taking advantage of it, it's wasted. It's unfortunate. But yeah, as a teacher, for everyone here, you, my community, my students, and my mis amigos, we'll call it, the GM amigos, I really want you to learn, because when you come here to Ecuador, even if it's not every phrase that you like record in your mind, like if some of them help you out and you're able to talk to people with one of the phrases that you learned from here, or even just a fragment of the phrase, then that's great. That's like, my job here is done. I've done well. Let's see here. Ryan, yes, I read your explanation after to see why I was correct or wrong. There was once that I got it wrong, but I did say I got it wrong. Like, not I got it wrong, but I put the wrong answer. That was my fault, and I made sure to acknowledge that. Tenbai, he needs to put a ring on it then, or she's still for game. Oh, shucks, yeah. No, she's got her ring. She finally got her ring. She is the happiest. You should have seen her. The day she got it, like, she posted so many pictures, like this, like with her ring. And it was like, finally, because she's been asking for that ring. I think I remember one, she did like a session of photos, like where's my ring? Like, because she didn't have it. And now she finally has it, so amazing. Amazing. Asombroso. Marvelous, maravilloso. So yeah. There's a lot of things that I want to do on the channel, of course. Like I said, the Puerto Viejo videos will either end, so for everyone who's on this stream, the Puerto Viejo videos will probably end as soon as I have the ceviche competition and either the Queen interview or the hotels and Airbnb tour, so that you know where you can stay. Some options. I probably won't go through them all, only because that would make the video too long. And it's not like I purposely try to make the videos long. Sometimes they're long just because there's a lot of things to post. But they become interesting. Like the burger video, I'm looking at it right now, like here, not watching it, but looking at the time. It's 30 minutes, 29 minutes, 57 seconds. But I made sure that every minute had something going on. And I'm pretty sure even if it's just to understand the translation of the Spanish to English, like you see it, it gave value. And if you ever come to Puerto Viejo, you know what burgers you have to try. If you don't, you haven't watched the video, and you definitely should. But yeah, I try to give as much value as I can with those videos. But yeah, looking at the comments, Tenbai, for myself in my learning style, I think I need full immersion. However, if I want to practice in advance for extreme rural Ecuadorian Spanish, what do you suggest? There's a lot of people who really want to have someone to speak to and learn English from. You could join one of the Facebook groups like Manta and Manabi Amigos, and you just start posting on there. Like, you don't even have to be like specific about it, and just be like, just an idea. You don't have to do this, but just an idea. You join the group and you make a post. You write, "Hola a todos, ¿cómo les va? Soy nuevo o nueva, depending man or woman. I'm new here, soy nuevo aquí. Me gustaría hacer amigos, I'd like to make friends, y aprender español. ¿Cómo les va?" And you're just starting a conversation, and you're telling them you want to learn Spanish. So hopefully, like, if I saw that post, I would reply and be like, "Hola, ¿cómo te va? Me alegro que hayas unido. I'm glad that you joined the group. Me alegro que te hayas unido al grupo. Me va muy bien. I'm doing well. Y chévere que quieras aprender español. And cool that you want to learn Spanish." So I would put the Spanish version, and I'd maybe even put the translations for it. And there you get like a little bit of an interaction. And if there's anyone, and if you could obviously, of course, be like, "Hey, I want to learn Spanish. Anyone want to practice with me? I can teach you English. We can practice English and Spanish." You can do that. Equivalence exchange. Or I've seen in that same group, Manabi, Manta and Manabi, expats and amigos, there's a person, a girl, she posts that she gives Spanish classes. And her rates aren't really that crazy. I mean, I don't think, personally, I don't think they're ideal for her, but maybe she has this kind of way to work it out. I think she should earn a little bit more, because teaching is hard. Not gonna lie. But she offers that service, and you could, of course, practice with her. She's certified, from what she said. And you can obviously, of course, talk to her and see what that's like. At the academy that I work at over here, if there's the desire to learn Spanish, we have someone who teaches Spanish as well. Even us as teachers, we can learn Spanish. And in general, you can watch some of the videos that I've made. Like, the burger video is a perfect example of just my friend speaking in Spanish. And I've made videos, I think, where people are speaking in Spanish. So it's like you can just use those videos and listen to that. Like, for example, there's the "Would You Date Americans" video. And that video, the people who I interview, I ask them the questions in English, they respond in Spanish. And it's their Spanish. So it's the natural Spanish with the translations. So you start getting used to it. If you want to do a little bit of, autodidactic learning, like if you want to learn by yourself, you could also go into YouTube and watch live streams, news reports of Spanish content. It's tougher because they're not always translated. Like, they don't put the translations on the bottom, but you get an idea. You start hearing what it's like to listen to Ecuadorian Spanish. I always think you need a guide. Like, you need someone to tell you like what this means, because it helps. But if you want to do it yourself, I'm also not going to tell you, "Hey, don't look for the memes." Like, I'm not 100% in this to just like to earn something from it. If anything, the fact that I was able to help is, I earn a lot from that, because I feel like good about being able to be useful to the people who at least take the time to listen to what I have to say. And it feels good to be able to help others. At least that's my way of being able to help. But like, it's always ideal for you to find someone like who can teach you. Because while a lot of people say, "Oh, I have AI, I have the internet, I can learn on YouTube," there's nothing like having a guide. There's nothing like having someone who takes you on the path that you need to go. Like, you can do it yourself, but imagine if you do it yourself, you're basically looking at these three mangoes and thinking, what do I try? Which one is going to be the best? They're all going to, in this case, they're all going to be good. They're mangoes. But at least when we talk about real life, there's so many paths that you're like, is this the ideal option? I don't know. But with a teacher, that's your guide. That's the person who's going to help you make sure that you're going through the right path. Hoover, how's it going? Happy New Year, brother. Greetings from Ecuador, Guayaquil. Greetings from Ecuador, Puerto Viejo. Happy New Year's. Feliz año. We've got an hour left to go. In fact, I'm pretty sure there are some places that are currently celebrating New Year's because it's about to be 11 here. So I'm guessing some clocks that are an hour ahead might already be in New Year's. So Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year's to everyone who's ready celebrating. Hey, puch, 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 puch. I know some countries are actually even already on the date, possibly. So happy New Year's to them as well. But yeah, we're here. We still got time to talk. I don't mind. So if there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to mention, please feel free. I'm here to talk. We're here to spend some time together. Spend this New Year's together. I didn't do a Christmas live stream. I was contemplating it, but now I was like, no, I don't think so, not this year. But we're doing this New Year's live stream. So yeah, I think you can see here, I got a Christmas gift at the academy from a student. They gave me this plush of a seal. So yeah, I named it Smiley. Smiley, because it's very happy. And yeah, just a little gift that I got. I also, I don't know if you can see it from here. No, I've got it poorly set up. Some students gifted me a backpack, well, a bag, because for anyone who doesn't know, I do have a backpack, just that my backpack has like a hole on the bottom. Nothing spills out of it, but you never know when that hole is going to become a crater and it just breaks apart. So they gave me this. It's like a bag backpack, but it's nice. And I was able to customize it the way I wanted to. Basically migrated all of my pins to it. So yeah, the things that I received. I also got a Funko. It's over there. In fact, yes, I am wearing shorts. Luffy! If you ever watched this, Robert, channel member, he knows, big Luffy fan. I got a Luffy Funko. Now I've got Luffy and Gear 5 Luffy. So I'm very happy. And yeah. Just some of the Christmas tidings that I got this year. Honestly, because I wasn't working at the high school this year, I wasn't expecting anything. Because sometimes, you know, because of obligations, some people give you something. But I got more than I expected. And I'm grateful for it. I'm happy about it. This year, actually, I kind of played the role as Santa Claus here at home. I got, by the way, because I'm not going to throw, I think I mentioned it before, but I'm not going to throw flowers on myself. Someone helped us out through a donation to be able to celebrate Christmas here in the sense of the food. We got some help. I don't mention their name because I don't want anyone, you know, looking for them. But this person gave us donation to be able to prepare the turkey, not the turkey. This year we had pork and like salad and a whole bunch of other things. So really grateful to them for that. But this year I was pretty much Santa also with my house because I bought my mom a gift. I bought my dad a gift. Honestly, the only person I'm missing is my brother. So I gave them some gifts. I gave my mom some makeup stuff that she liked. And I gave my dad some gummies that help with sleep. Obviously, I told him he can't take them every day because even if his sleep is not ideal right now, you can't compensate it just with the gummies because that's gonna, if you get attached to them or accustomed to them, then it's gonna ruin your sleep cycle when you don't have them. So it's just, if you're having a hard time sleeping, take the gummies. So yeah, that was my Christmas offering, I guess. So yeah, I did that, and I was really happy about it. That's why I kind of like get when people say it's better to give than to receive, because it feels really nice, especially when it's the people that you really care about, your family in my case. I've always been the one to receive the gifts from my parents, and now it kind of feels like I've been the one trying to help out more, and trying to make things a little bit better, because I have a means to, and I'm grateful for that. Like, I'm really grateful for that. I can only hope that throughout the process of doing YouTube, throughout the process of working at my jobs here, the situation gets better. Maybe more work, maybe better paying jobs. This year, I'm probably going to have to go back to teaching at a school because unfortunately, the economic situation isn't good enough where I can continue with odd jobs, because basically what I do are odd jobs. Like, the one job that is solid is the academy job, but even that doesn't give me the amount of money for me to justify like living. So I need a job that pays more, so that way I can help more, so that way I can make the situation better, and save towards the future. For anyone who knows me, and if you don't, hey, this is me, Ace. I really like to save money. I really like to have, a backup just in case. I think I mentioned it earlier in the year on Livestream. The funds that I'm getting in Buy Me a Coffee now, I'm gonna use them to get my master's degree. So that way I have a better chance to get a higher paying job, because everyone here acknowledges I'm a great teacher, but if you don't have the document, the master's degree, people just look at you as like, okay, whatever. Like, they don't give you the higher paying jobs. You can't get into universities. You can't, some places will pay you less just because you don't have the degree. So having the degree just because of the paper, it justifies you being better, even though I've seen a lot of people with that same paper who, honestly, in the position they're in, I don't know how they're in the position they're in. It is what it is. I don't want to be envious about it, because it's not envy. It's just I'm kind of frustrated that my efforts, everything that I've done, basically amounts to nothing if I don't have the master's degree. So I'm going to try to get that. As soon as I have enough money saved up and Buy Me a Coffee, I'll use that to be able to get my master's degree, to start the process, because I don't want to like tap into the funds that I have for daily life, because that would just put me in a worse position than I'm in. So, some plans towards the future. This live stream is basically to talk about Happy New Year's, of course, and to talk about the things that are coming. Like I said, for the channel, we have those series of videos. I also want to do the video of Otavalo. I didn't make the goal today, like I didn't write the goal down. But as usual, if you have any donations that are directly for the Otavalo goal, please let me know and I will put that into the funds. There's a set amount of funds already. I'm not touching that. That's set for the Otavalo trip. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it needs to happen. It is something that I promised to do, and I'm going to do it. I just don't know when, because it requires funds. There's also, I've been wanting to do this like video where I go to like the beach and I show how much it costs. It's cost of living technically, but cost of living of like a trip to the beach. Like, if you just wanted to spend a weekend at the beach, how much would that cost you? You talk about food, you talk about staying at a place at the beach that's not terrible. You talk about maybe renting something like a tent on the beach. You can also mention something like going on the, as they call it here, the banana in the middle of the ocean. We did that in the motorcycle tour. If you haven't watched that, that was amazing. Like how much all of that would cost you to do. And what else is there? That was another video I wanted to make. I did kind of like, I don't want to touch too much on the political issues because then it goes into negativity. But obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. So I want to tell you some of the things that are happening and some of the thought process of the people living here. So I do want to make an update at some point of what the current situation is like politically, maybe. Maybe we can do that on a separate live stream. That's an idea. What else is another good one? There was there like cost of living. I love these cost of living videos, but I did want to do a cost of living in conjunction with someone from here to show how much they spend on, like, you know, buying things. Eventually, I want to do some Manta related videos, maybe a tour of Manta. That would be really great too. Don't want to go too into it because since I don't live there, I know that would be a tough series of videos to make. I can already imagine I'd have to stay there a whole weekend to be able to explore some of the things that it has to offer and record some things. But I want to do that. Maybe even show off some of the properties that you can rent in Manta for people looking to live in Manta, because a lot of people look to live in Manta in Spanish, so that there's always someone who says, why do you say Manta and not Manta? Manta. You can go over there, so I want to show some of the things over there. If I could work with the airport, I would also love to show off the process of, like, you know, buying a ticket and everything. Not like, I think anyone who's traveled, they don't need to know that, but it would be great to do so anyways. I want to go to Cuenca. Luis of Ecuador, Build of Tours, has been inviting me to Cuenca for like forever. What else would be a cool video that I had in mind? I remember I thought, the Ecuadorian Spanish video. I made a video about that years ago at this point. I think maybe 3 or 4 years ago. But there's a video where me and Kayla, we talk about some Ecuadorian Spanish. Let me see, where's that video? There it is. Expressions used in Ecuador you need to know. I want to make another video, a follow-up to that. Basically, something like, I don't know, Ecuadorian vocabulary that you must know. Something like that. So we can practice some things that people typically say. And you're going to be like, huh? I was also thinking a really cool video idea, not just specifically related on Ecuador vocabulary, but some expressions that when you hear them, they're not directly translated. So basically, this doesn't make sense if you translate it. So, like, that could be the title of the video. In fact, I'm going to write that down. That's actually a really cool title. This doesn't make sense if you translate it. Maybe it's too much wording. Maybe I'll have to like modify a little bit. But I think like a video where I basically talk about phrases or expressions that if you try to translate them, they're not going to make sense. Like, there's this expression that I keep saying, I think on the live streams, that is dar papaya. Dar papaya. If you directly translate that, it is literally give papaya. But in English, like in Ecuadorian Spanish, when someone says that you're que estás dando papaya, it means that you're doing things that are putting you in danger, basically. Not exactly that, but it's like you're basically showing that you're putting yourself at risk. It's in that mindset that dar papaya, like, for example, if I go out on the street with my phone like, haha, people would say, why are you dando papaya? ¿Por qué estás dando papaya? Because I'm basically like putting myself at risk by showing that I have a phone and making it very easy to take. So basically any action that results in the possibility of you getting robbed or something like that is dar papaya. By the way, I don't know if you hear that, but there's fireworks going on outside. But yeah, so that is dar papaya. That's an interesting phrase. 10 by Don in Manta would love a visit, I bet. Definitely. Obviously, when I go to Manta, I'm going to go visit Don. It's always great getting to see him. By the way, Don, brother, if you're seeing this or if you ever see this, Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year. He's been making a lot of videos. He's actually been more on topic. Well, not on topic. He's been more consistent. By the way, I don't know if I can make a poll here. Can I make a poll? 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 No, I can't make a poll. That makes me sad. Well, I want to know the opinion of the public, the opinion of my community. Do you think I should use AI on my channel? Like more AI? I do basic research sometimes with AI, but do you think I should make videos that incorporate more AI on my channel? I've been avoiding it a little bit because there's this like notion that I have that AI, like, sometimes it hallucinates, sometimes it says weird things. I kind of think like if I'm using AI, why not just, if you as the audience are watching my videos, why don't you just use it? Like, it's like basically I'm giving you the information that you could find yourself. So I'm like wondering, how do you feel about me using AI to make videos a little bit faster? Like not like, oh, I'm just 100% using AI, but like use it to make more content, because I can make more videos. Like I can, like, I try to make more videos. I try to make as many videos as I can, but it's a really long process, especially while I'm like, I think the longest part is editing, and I'm not gonna change that until I can afford an editor. A lot of people say, like professional YouTubers, I'm not a professional, they say that the hardest part of making videos, the one that takes up the most time, and the reason why you're not growing as a creator, they point the finger at me, is because you take too much time editing. Because if you have someone who edits your videos, you can make a lot more videos. And in some ways it's true, like I get it, because like, suppose I record a video right now. So I recorded it. That could take me 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4. And it's not like I have 2 or 3 hours of footage. It's just like in the process of pausing, repeating lines, making sure that what I said had the correct intonation, because I like to speak well, to be understood. 2 or 3 hours, long time. So I finish that. Tomorrow I start editing, but I can't edit all day because I gotta go to work, I gotta do things, like I gotta live life. Like I got things to do. So maybe I get 2 hours of editing in, 2 hours of editing the next day, 2 hours of editing the next day. And understand that those 1 or 2 hours that I'm taking of editing, it's not like that's getting me through 1 or 2 hours of footage. That's literally like 1 or 2 minutes of video that's being edited. Because in the process of editing, I have to go through every little piece, see what effects I can add in, images, B-roll, sound effects. I've reduced the sound effects because I saw someone who said they distract from the video. So I've tried to reduce them a little bit. I still incorporate some just to add a little bit of comedic effect, but I've reduced them a lot. But it still takes a very long time. So I recorded today, and I probably finished editing the video sometime in 2 weeks. That's why my schedule in my mind was that I can pump out a video every 2 weeks. A video that I can be proud of. Because if I wanted to make videos faster, I could of course not edit them or edit them less, and they could be out in a week, but I'd be less proud of that. Because even when I finish a video that I'm proud of, I edit it and I'm proud of it, I go back and watch it and I'm like, I could have done this, I could have done that, I could have added another effect here, I should have added something else here. I don't know, something bites at me and says, you should have done more. So being my own editor is also a pain. So it takes a long time. So I'm like I could do this faster. Like I already am somewhat doing it faster because I'm using AI to help me find information that sometimes will be difficult to find. But it's not incorporated heavily into my content. It's just, like for example, if I want an answer to a question, like I'll use AI and it'll give me an answer, and I'll probably put it on the screen, like in the video, like the answer that AI gave. Like, for example, is Ecuador safe? AI says blah, 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 blah. And this is my opinion versus what AI has to say. Like, I can do something like that. But I don't know. It just feels like I don't know what to add in to make the workflow faster. Because while I'm still editing my videos, it's gonna take forever. And unfortunately, the only way I'm gonna edit faster is if someone is editing for me. And I can't afford that. Like the rates that I've seen for editors outside of the country, very expensive. Inside of the country, I don't think they edit the same as here because people here don't focus on editing YouTube videos. They edit shorts, they edit reels, they edit TikToks. So it's not what I need. I need YouTube editors. And you can tell me, but go on Fiverr, Ace. You can find someone who will edit for, I don't know, I guess $5. But yeah, the edits that they make for $5, I could do by myself and finish it in maybe 2 days or a day or two. So that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to be able to edit bigger content, more content, to be able to edit YouTube content, basically. So yeah, that's my process. Like, what do you think about AI? 10 by AI sucks, just be you. I'm always gonna be me. I hate AI videos. AI slop sucks. There's some videos made by AI just to, for example, to make the process of putting B-roll, maybe I can use AI generated videos for B-roll. Like for example, when I'm looking for a video of someone like paying for something, like instead of searching a whole bunch of non-copyright content, because you have to find those online, and sometimes they're hard to find, or sometimes I don't get what I'm looking for, maybe I can just AI generate it. And it's not like it's gonna take away from the experience. It's still me talking, it's still me explaining, it's still me everything. It's just gonna be like showing someone paying for something through AI. I don't know. I feel like I could do that and that wouldn't be like crossing the line. That would be like good. But yeah, it's that. It's wondering, this was actually a video I was gonna make for my members. We'll talk about it here since we have the time. At what point do you not like AI? At what point is too much AI too much AI? Like, for me, it's when it's used in everything. For me, it's when it's used to pump out videos every hour to like monetize on a channel just to have slop on there. Like, I've seen some videos, I don't understand how they get millions of views. I don't get it. It's just terrible. And the effect it's having on the industry, like I hear a lot about gaming. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm a gamer. People can't buy RAM right now. Graphics cards are going up. Nvidia is going crazy. And the price is just, it's gonna be tough for anyone to even build a computer nowadays because of how expensive things are. And it's just getting worse. At least until the AI bubble pops, assuming it's an AI bubble, because some people are saying it's a bubble, some people are saying it's not a bubble. I think the people who are saying it's not a bubble are the people who don't want to accept reality. They're trying to sell it to people, so they want people to agree and buy in on it. But it could pop in any second, and hopefully it pops soon, so that way prices either go down or stabilize. Because that's something that I actually saw in Moist Critical's video today, where he made a good point. I thought to myself, I had this argument internally. I'm like, okay, eventually, AI is just gonna get to the point where it's effective, efficient. It's pumping out good things, like maybe it's helping people produce things faster, so that way things can get cheaper. Maybe it'll get to that point. The big word, maybe. But then when I listened to his video, he made a point I didn't think about. And it's the fact that what happens when a company, because we know how companies work, companies always want to make money. And that makes sense. Obviously, you have a company, you want to make money. There's no company whose purpose is not to make money. Every company can say they're out there for the consumer because they want to help the community. But if that were the case, they would give things away for free. I know that's not feasible or not possible because people need to make money. But if you think about it from a perspective of, like, I don't know, being generous. I don't know. I don't even know what word to call it. I forgot what the word was. But let's just assume if you wanted the best case scenario, people would give things away for free if they really wanted to. But they don't want to because they want to make money. And that makes sense. It's okay. I'm not fighting against that. But the fact that right now they're rising the prices to something extreme. Like, for example, there's the rumor that Nvidia's cards are gonna cost like $5,000. The ones that they're gonna push out next. I don't remember what the number is, 5080 or something. I can't remember. But they went up from 2,000 to 5,000. And what Moist Critical said is true. Penguin, Charlie. If they raised it to 5,000, do you really think if they're earning 5,000 for these cards, they're gonna ever put it back down to 2,000? They're never gonna want to lose money, never. So do you really think they're gonna lower the prices? And it made sense because that's the company mindset, to always make money. So if they already raised the price, why would they drop it? They would only probably drop it for like a sale, or like the worst possible case scenario would have to happen where they're literally selling zero cards to anyone. And then I feel like they would drop the price because they're like, oh no, we can't not sell anything. We have to sell something, so we need to lower the price because this is bad. But reality, it doesn't work that way. I don't know. We have so much power with the money we have. I don't remember, more than anything, it's in gaming that I hear this, but people complain about how games, when they come out, there's a patch, day one patch. The game comes out with bugs. The game is not good. But people are still buying that game. People, before they get the game, because there are reviews, they know that it's bad. Why are they still buying it? You're literally telling the company that it doesn't matter if the game comes out in poor condition, you're still gonna buy it. When you have the voice, it's your money. If you're not buying it, the company's gonna be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. There's so many products. I've been watching videos from Louis Rossmann recently, and I love how he's so direct about everything. Like, he reminds me of Don, but angrier. He's so direct about how companies are literally, excuse my French, screwing people over. Like, they're literally like, they make items, they make technology that is literally gonna brick itself, or that they can later modify so that they sold you a product. Like, he talks about a thermostat, that when they sold it to you, you just bought the thermostat and it works. Now it's a subscription service where if you want that thermostat to work, you have to pay for a subscription. Or I don't know if they nuked it, like the whole system, like it doesn't work anymore. But why? You bought a product, you own the product, you should be able to modify the product if you want it to keep working. So why is it bricking itself? Why are the companies bricking it? Or why are they putting a subscription behind it afterwards when they sold it to you as not a subscription? It's not fair. You didn't buy that. You bought something that was not supposed to come with a subscription service. Oh boy, I feel like I'm getting off on so many tangents, but this is something that really, when I heard about it, like, it just makes me feel in a way good about being here in Ecuador, because here in Ecuador things aren't like that, not yet. In fact, I think I've mentioned this before, but in Ecuador, it's like going back in time, because a lot of the things that you might have missed from years ago, over here they still exist. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Sorry about that. My brother came to ask me for some hair cream that I had. Not a big deal. So yeah, it's like he always uses this term, this phrase. You will own nothing and be happy. And I think it sucks. I think it sucks. We don't deserve that. We We pay for things to own them, not to have the company later want to come charge us for it. And over here in Ecuador, like I said, it's like traveling back in time because you basically own everything. A lot of the things are like before, like people still work with physical cash. And I've heard in the States, people barely carry around physical cash now. Although that's kind of shifting, and I have to make, that's another video I have to make. Some things in Ecuador, by the way, this table is dying. Oh no, it is dying a lot. So yeah, I have to make a video about some things in Ecuador that have changed. I have to get this table fixed. Sad. But yeah, that's another video that I have to make. Talking about some things that Ecuador has kind of modernized, maybe some things that are different. Basically another tips video for Ecuador. That's actually my most popular video. So another video giving tips about some things that have changed in the country. It's an idea. It's something that I've had in mind. So yeah. Okay, going back into the comments. AI voiceovers are unbearable. I agree with that. I've heard some of them. Not cool. The only plus I'll give to them, because I've seen that they like auto, like, oh, no. That basically they auto activate for the channel. I guess the plus side is that yeah, this table's gonna die. I have to be careful. That you don't have to translate them yourself. Like it's a process as a creator to sit down and translate a video. I know because I've done it. I've had to do it for a lot of videos. But now with the AI dubbing, like if you wanted to hear it in the language you want to hear it in, you can use that. Obviously, I still will try to have my subtitles so that you don't have to. If the video is in Spanish, there will be subtitles in the video for you to see what it says in English, made by me. But that's not something that can be done all the time. So having that option, I think is great for the people who want to hear it like that. If not, you know. I don't like the music added in either. Sometimes the music is more of like a retention hack, as they call it, because there are people who prefer to listen to the music while they're listening to an explanation, at least in the background, to kind of keep retention. I know that's not the case for everyone, and there are moments where it's not needed. In fact, in a lot of videos, I try to avoid using music to maintain the serious tone of the video, and it's just really hard. I think, ooh man, that sounds weird. I think the hardest part for me as an editor when it comes to editing a video is understanding what music goes best with what you're talking about. Like, I guess when you're talking about a normal topic and giving information, just background chill music is fine. But I don't know if that's distracting. I don't know if that's annoying. I don't know if that's not good. Because maybe there's some people who just don't like it. Like, you just want to hear the explanation without anything else in the background. But there are some people, if they don't have something else getting their attention, like, oh, you know, something in the background, the experience might not be as memorable, or it might just like, he's just talking, this is boring, bye, and they click off. So it's kind of tough. 10 by, I think you can give yourself a lot more grace concerning editing. You have a following that will grow with more video content. Just be you and continue being authentic. That's never going to change. I'm just always concerned about not giving enough content because I always want to be consistent. And my desire to be consistent kind of, how would you say it? It kind of holds me back because I want to be consistent, but I don't want to rush things. So it's like me fighting myself, basically. We're basically here in a which one is better fight. Like, oh, do things faster. Oh, no, but you have to do things better. Quality over quantity. Quantity over quality. I don't know. It's that back and forth that I give myself. And it's also because of how YouTube punishes you. Like when you don't, like if YouTube doesn't get enough videos, they don't promote you. sometimes if you're lucky, YouTube will, a video that you pulled out, that you pushed out years ago will go viral for your channel, and it'll be pushed out a lot, and you know, you'll get more views from that. But that's when your content, I think, isn't as niche as mine. Like, I even tried to do something that should have been semi-viral. When I Show Speed came to Ecuador, I did a reaction to his video. But that video got, from what I'm seeing, 569 views. So I tried to even make it like a really cool reaction, not just like me sitting down and just like, oh yeah. But I gave information. Like, I did what some creators that talk about, Jack's Films, he talks about, you know, how to react correctly. I tried to not just like, yeah, that's cool. No, I tried to give information about some of the things that were happening in the video. So it's cultural to make it like better. But even that wasn't enough, because I think the attention span of people who watch a video like a reaction is very short. They want to see something happening fast. And unfortunately, the explanation is not fast enough, I guess. Ryan, as soon as I hear a AI voice, I click off. I honestly, that's why I don't watch the shorts that I see that come with AI dubbing, or AI slop, as I call it, as it's called. Deborah, if the healthcare starts using AI to diagnose, Tenbai, if my doctor starts using AI for diagnosis, I won't use a doctor anymore. Come to Ecuador. They don't really use that, and you can have doctors come to your house to diagnose anything that's happening to you. They're putting out a lot of fireworks right now. It's almost New Year's. Deborah, I can't tell you how many times customer service folks say, it's a computer, there's no way to make that adjustment. I say, looks like computers, AI, and whatever comes next will be the decisions. By computers, A2, A1 will be making the decisions in various businesses. There's things that AI is useful for and things that AI doesn't make sense for. One of the things that it doesn't make sense for, I've seen it happen on YouTube, people talked about it, it's banning channels. It's being used by YouTube to automatically ban channels, and there are channels that don't deserve to be banned based on all the evidence that's given. Like, YouTube should have the power to flag channels so that a real person can check and be like, oh, okay, this channel is doing some shady things, re-uploading videos or stealing people's content. That makes sense. But if it's just moderating it and banning things based on what it thinks is correct to ban, it's going to end up banning a lot of channels that don't deserve to be banned. If it's moderating chats, because there's a lot of bot comments that try to get you on websites or to give you like imposter ace that tells you, hey, send me your WhatsApp so we can talk. I'm never going to ask you for your WhatsApp. In fact, if you want communication from me, send me an email. We can talk there. But I'm not going to use directly WhatsApp, because that's shady. If we have enough contact eventually and we need to like talk here in Ecuador in person, I'll give you my WhatsApp. But if not, I don't give my WhatsApp that easily. So yeah. I think I'm gonna take a bite out of my mango. I'm worried about this table because the leg, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, the leg is not good. This leg was here, but it was like this. This table is bound to die at any random moment, and I'm so concerned. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I don't even know how are you even holding yourself up, table? Is it because this was further back? Yeah, that was further back. Okay, that makes sense. Right there for now. Just stay there for a little while, please. And we'll fix you later. So yeah, AI. Honestly, it's a big talking point right now. If it's a bubble, let it burst. If it ends up being useful, I hope it's used for the right things and not the wrong things. Be careful with AI scam callers and other sus things. I'm gonna take a bite out of this mango. That is good mango. Oh my god. Goodness gracious, that is a good mango. I'm gonna move this keyboard before I get mango on it. And pull this in a little bit. So yeah, a little bit of an AI rant. Honestly, not a topic that I was expecting to do today. Like I said, I was gonna make a video just kind of ranting, giving my thoughts about it. Like I do like how AI helps in a lot of things. It's great. It's really useful. Really, really useful. But I don't like when it's being used incorrectly. And I think in a lot of cases, it's being used incorrectly. Like, there's a lot of cases where it's just being used to basically do the job that you should do. Like, it's okay if it helps you with your job and you work with AI to make the job faster. Like the example of the doctor using AI. If the doctor is using AI to help make a faster diagnosis, great. But the doctor still has to do their job of checking you out to make sure both of these things align. If the doctor's just using AI, like literally, hey, this thing scans you with AI. Like, unless it's, I don't know how they can make a device that's hyper accurate like that. But unless it's hyper accurate, like, I wouldn't trust the first opinion of an AI without getting a backup opinion from the actual doctor, like looking at me. Like, they should be making sure I'm okay, not just, yeah, we're just gonna trust what this machine said. There's things it's useful for, but not for everything. It's gotta be used correctly. Oh my goodness, that mango is so good. Guys, you need to come down here and try a mango. My God, that was so good. I mean, mangoes are good in general, but no, I think we're actually going to be able to stay here until the new year. Because I was looking to see if the battery was going to die, because sometimes it goes up to 20%. And earlier, because I was like doing the practice run for the live stream, the battery was down to like 69%. And I was like, dang, that means the live stream's not going to be able to last that long. But I'm looking at it and it's like, it still hasn't shown up. Even if it does show up, like 20 minutes, we can handle that. So I think we're going to be here for New Year's. So, hey, we're going to celebrate New Year's together. Woo! 10 by. I've been testing AI for legal questions concerning Ecuador. I've asked the same questions 5 different ways and proof checking the answers. I received 5 different wrong answers. I don't trust. That's what I'm telling you. It's hard to put all your faith in AI. It's good to use it as a reference point. Like for investigations like this, you can use it as a reference point. Like, just to give you an example, if there's visa information that you're looking for, like you're like, okay, I want to understand a little bit more of the visa process. Let's see what AI has to say. AI gives you some visa information. You're like, okay, now I have a foundation. I have a base that I can use. I'm going to take this and talk to someone who is an expert on this. EquiAssist. You talk to Marcos from EquiAssist. We were in the live stream last time. For anyone who joined that live stream, the live stream was moving to Ecuador Q&A. That was a live stream that I did with Marcos from EquiAssist. If you want to support the channel, and of course, if you need visa help, please check out their service. There's a link in the description. But you take the information you have and you corroborate it with Marcos. You tell him, hey, I heard that X, like this information. And then Marcos tells you, oh yeah, this is what it was like a year ago. But now, the only difference is now this. Like the recent change, I made a post about that, I think about a week ago or more. About, maybe it was 2 weeks ago or 3. About how the visa process, the visa update, because of the new minimum wage. So now, since it most of the visa process, like depending on which visa you want, has to do with a certain amount multiplication with the minimum wage, a lot of the visas changed in values, like what you need to have in order to come here. Like for example, for the retirement visa, now it's you need a minimum required income of $1,446 per month. The digital nomad visa, same thing, 1,446. The one that's a little bit less is the professional visa, minimum required income $482 a month. There's the investment visa that has a few different requirements here as well. I made that post, and that is the updated information. And who gave me that information? Marcos. Because he knows he's in that business, he's in that position to be able to understand and give that information. Like you can investigate everything yourself. A lot of the things that you do, the process to visit here, even with tours and everything, like you don't necessarily need someone to guide you for these things. Does it make things easier? Heck yes. I would definitely prefer to have someone guide me in a lot of these things than to try to do it myself, especially if I have the means to do it. Obviously, if you don't have the means, no one can force you. Do it the way that you think is best based on your budget. But if you have the means, why not try to get the help that you need from someone who knows about the situation? It's not a bad thing. Ooh, wow. I moved this and everything wobbles. But yeah, it's some visa stuff. Deborah, to get my travel visa for Bolivia, but not now needed for Ecuador. That's fine. I wonder if Marcos can help you with that as well, Equa Assist. Maybe they can give you information about visas from other countries. If not, that's fine. So, since we're approaching the new year, a little bit, once again, going back to New Year's resolutions, make more content, get a better job or get another job in teaching, stay healthy, definitely another thing that I want to keep. Make sure that my family's okay, mom, dad, and brother. I'm not gonna say get a girlfriend because that always bites me in the butt at the end of the year when, once again, I'm single. So no, not that one. What's another resolution that I think I can keep? Give me a resolution. You know what? I want to hear from you. Because we're here together, of course. Amigos, what do you think I should aspire for this year? I would put another number count on my subscribers, growing the community. But every time I say get to 10K subscribers, get to 100K, I mean, this year I almost hit 9K. The community is getting bigger, but we're still not at 10K. I wanna, once I get to 10K, I'm gonna make like a mini plaque, because I know you don't get an official plaque until you get 100K. But I do want to celebrate the occasion where I get 10K. So I don't know. Any resolutions that you think I should add? 10 by, I found a couple tailors that will make custom clothes for larger Western frames in Ecuador. Do you know of anyone that does cowboy boots there? I don't know a specific person, but there's a city that makes leather products. I've mentioned it before. I don't remember what it's called though. But there's a specific city that focuses on making leather products, jackets and such. I don't know if they make boots. It's a good question. I'm pretty sure there's a place you can find them. I just don't want them to be imported boots because the point is here, someone that makes them here. I'm pretty sure in the city that they make leather, that could probably be one. Alistair, Happy New Year. Get rich. great. I will have that on my resolution list. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but if I try to manifest it, get rich. Woo! Oh man, if I had money, like the things I would do. Like right now with the situation that I talked about with the family, not now, but earlier we talked about the family whose house burned down. If I had the money, like I would donate immediately, but I don't, unfortunately. It's just not in my means. Also with my friend who lost his wife, like if I could, I would go for it. Like no, hands down. Like there's not even thinking about it. Like I've always thought about even giving opportunities to my friends who are in opportunities, who aren't in a good situation. My friend who I talked about a few years ago, like at this point maybe 2 years ago, who was working at a place that pays less than a minimum wage, still working there. And I would love to give her a better opportunity. But it's just not in my means. You know? I want to change the lives of people. Not at the level of Mr. Beast, because I don't think I have that those means, but definitely make an impact on people's lives, you know? Cotacachi, I think that might have been the city of leather. Not sure if that's the one. But I know it's around that area, I think. If it's not Cotacachi, it's somewhere around there. Because there's a city that just focuses on leather products, you know? Tenbai, I would much rather spend the same money having boots than importing. Definitely. Because here they can even make them to your size. That was something that I think Don's talked about in videos before. The sizing of clothing sometimes difficult to find. So if you have someone who can either custom make it or even shoes as well, or you just have to import it, like have it brought from Amazon or something, or a courier services also work. Or when you come here, just bring enough that you don't need to buy anymore ever again. There's options always, but if they can make it here, better, because it just helps the economy as well. 9 more minutes until the new year. Wow, that mango is so good. Deborah, it is Cotacachi. I just checked. Thank you, Deborah, for checking. Yeah, you can probably go there. And if you go to a place like Cotacachi, you could probably find someone who can work with leather products. I've been wanting to go there again. I remember I went there a long, long time ago. Like almost when I first got here to the country. But I haven't been there since. All I know is that I was so sad because I was like, this is the city where they make leather jackets. So I'm like, I want to get a leather jacket. But it was expensive. For my currency at the time, like I was obviously a high school student, I wasn't going to be able to afford that. Oh man. Yummy mango. I'm addicted to mango. Not true. I actually haven't eaten a mango. I don't know since when. But I only eat mangoes when they're available. But right now, it's available, so I'm eating it. 7 more minutes until the new year. There's literally going to be a New Year's live stream. And this table's about to give out. Please don't die, table. I don't know what I have to do to fix this table. Probably weld some things onto it. We already tried to fix it with my dad, but I guess it wasn't enough. It's so wobbly. It's like one side is okay, the other side not so much. The legs of the table are literally this thin, like this. Like of course, like they're rectangular, but they're like this thin and they're hollow. So at some point, it bent the wrong way and one of the legs broke off. So now it's just been kind of iffy. I want to get like a big desktop table, kind of. Like bigger and heftier. So that way it's stable, at least. Maybe I can get more things on here. I'm actually still hoping, the place where right now the camera's on is another bed that I have in this room. My childhood bed. But I use it as a table. I want to modify it so that the base, the foundation of it, is wood. And that way we can just like use that as a table, you know? As a backup table. Then that's a solid surface. Then I have a table over here that I can use to like move around and work with. That would be a great setup. So yeah, all right. So we have New Year's resolutions. Anyone have any other resolutions that they might have for me to become better? Let's see, we have the job, we have the get rich, we have the trips, hopefully, to record more videos, help my family, stay healthy. Oh, we washed Chief the other day, my dog. He's super clean right now. The other day, that was yesterday. So he's welcoming the new year nice and fresh. What else is another good resolution? Signing off to watch the ball drop in Times Square. Please, go ahead. Not a problem. Take care of yourself, Deborah. Honestly, if I could have projected using the other computer that now I have, I wanted to do that, but I couldn't get it to work the way that I wanted to. I have to modify the OBS so that it works. But if I could have done that, we could have watched it over here on live stream together. 10 by, be less critical of yourself. That would be a good resolution. I think you would actually perform better. Okay. I'll try to not overthink my own criticism, because we are sometimes our own enemy. And sometimes I do overthink making a video. Like I said, making sure it's fully edited. Oh, did I do enough edits? I didn't get enough retention. It didn't get enough views. I have kind of mellowed out that mentality. Like if a video doesn't perform as well as I expected it to, it's okay. It's not always gonna have the most performance, but the good thing is it's information that got out there, and hopefully it's information that helps someone. You know what's a good thing that I should do? I should probably modify my channel logo, my even the banner. I think it's time to modify a little bit. I do like it because I made it, and I thought it was creative, especially since it has like a lot of travel aspect to it. But I think I want to make it simpler, something super simple. Keep it on brand. Make it super simple and on brand. Not sure what we can do here, but we can do something. As for the image, another picture of myself, since I am the representative of this channel. I think not a goal for this year, but maybe next year or after, when the channel grows more, build a team. That is something I've been hoping to do at some point. So that way we can have more people working on making the content. If I could get an editor, that would be great, but I don't think that's gonna be something that happens anytime soon. But yeah, 3 more minutes until the new year. 2 more minutes actually, now. Yes, yes, yes. Oh boy. 2026. What are some of your predictions that you have for what's gonna happen in 2026? Like, what are some things that you think are gonna occur? Could be good, could be bad. If you just anything that you think that could happen next year, leave it in the chat. I'm kind of thinking that next year, AI is gonna go crazy again. Like, there's gonna be improvements. Like this year, AI literally makes videos now. I wonder if next year, it's gonna like be able to produce full videos. There's fireworks. I have a feeling there's a lot of things that are going to happen with AI next year. And I'm down for it, as long as it's good stuff, not bad stuff. Less AI slop, please. I predict that I will be permanently moved to Ecuador prior to 2027. That's a good prediction. I can't wait for you to get here. Don't forget to do your exploratory trip, of course. Don't just come over, make sure that you have everything prepared for when you come to Ecuador. I predict... What's another prediction? I predict that things are going to get better in Ecuador. I want to say that there's a lot of things that can get definitely better. I'm hoping to get really, really better, but that all depends on how the president moves, on how the country reacts. I guess what kind of deals we make with other countries as well. That's another thing to look at. So yeah. Happy New Year. Now it is officially 12 o'clock. Feliz Año Nuevo. Hey! And wow, the fireworks are going crazy outside. I hope everyone's year 2026 is filled with all the blessings in the world. Que tengan un excelente tiempo. Of course. And I hope many good things are to come in this new year, of course. Please spend the time that you need with your loved ones. Enjoy the life that you have. If you come to live in Ecuador, I hope you have the greatest time here. Feliz Año Nuevo. There's going to be no exploratory. Happy New Year from Alistair. Thank you very much. There's going to be no exploratory. Been doing that for 3 years online while I'm stuck here in the US. Came back after a decade in Asia, only here to care for my mother. She will be in heaven soon. I hope your mother stays well for as long as she can and that you spend as much time as you can with her. Family always comes first. Well, there's the exceptions when it's like the family that never treated you well, but I don't think that's the case here. So, Feliz Año Nuevo a todos. Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for joining me on this stream and spending this time with me. There's no ball drop. There's no interesting, flashy animations because I don't have those. It's just the live stream on the phone. But thank you for being here. We will, of course, be here in 2026. I love how the calendar here now is 1/1/2026. My birthday is in 11 days. So January 12th, expect either a live stream or something of the sort, if not just a post. But hopefully a live stream so we can hang out. And yeah, I hope this year is full of really good things. And I hope for the best for everyone, whether you're on this stream or watching this stream later. Feliz Año Nuevo. 24/7 since January of 2022. I've been blessed with every minute. Asombroso. Amazing. So, thank you to everyone for joining. I think we're going to end the stream there. I hope you have an excellent time. I don't think we're going to go out. I'm just going to go see what my family is doing. Once again, all the blessings in the world to everyone who joined the stream. And once again, if you didn't, same thing for you. Feliz Año Nuevo. Be prepared for more content this year. Be prepared for a better year. Let's make this year the best year ever. If you come visit to Ecuador, I hope it's the best trip ever. If you come stay to live in Ecuador, I hope it's the best life that you live. And we will talk soon. So as always, thank you for watching. Take care. And ace out. Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm going to write it here. Feliz Año Nuevo. Ooh, a P in there. Bye, everyone. Take care. Enjoy your new year.